we would play at the drop of a hat, and we played for many charities. You name it in Barbados, we played for them. And I, I designed a shirt with a scallop, like what Robin Hood. Everybody knows Robin Hood, but and that was it. Band was called the Merrymen, and the name just took off up to today. A guy called me from Scotland last night. Asked me a few questions about my playing and things like this, and he mentioned that he bought a record featuring me, but I know nothing of the record, and a lot of this went on in our career too. Many people have taken our music and played it and sold it and everything, but not being really in the recording industry, we lost a lot. Roger became so popular that they had to send out 2 ships, and my son Dean, he and his band, Spice, would come up on one ship, and we would come up on the other ship, and then we would cross over in a boat to their ship, and they would cross over to the boat, to our ship. So the people had 2 bands, and they loved that. We also played quite a bit in Canada, right out to Vancouver, and we played at a place called Ontario Place, which was the big venue for all the stars from even the United States and to go there, and we played there 8 times. We were invited to play, and we broke the attendance record at Ontario Place. The crowd was amazing. From the time we started playing and said we were coming back, after I said back tonight, when we get there, the people will be lined up, and they came by car, by cab, and by boat, some of them, to Ontario Place. It was a lovely venue. In Canada, once when we went with the Board of Tourism, we carried with us a chap here who was in the police force to safeguard us, because we were threatened by a thing that someone sends us called a Baku doll. And so we took him. So whenever we walk in the streets in Montreal, from Barbados, and on the show was in the same hotel as us, so we made friends and used to go up in the lift together, and the lead singer was that great song "Sitting on the Dock of the Bay."
Yeah, Otis Redding.
Otis Redding, that's right. And when they left us, we heard the following morning that the plane had gone on and killed everybody. And it was a shock, we didn't feel like playing after. And, there's certain things like that in our career that we think about often. As I said, we traveled all through the islands, and including Jamaica and back down, because we were getting popular in Jamaica, and Byron Lee had brought us back for a big show, and we were on stage tonight, and the police came and arrested us for playing without a permit, and took us down to Halfway Tree for the whole night. And so we contacted Byron, because he's the man that brought us there, and Byron said that he had put in the permit, but it was a long weekend, and they didn't get the permit. So we spent the night in jail. We left the following morning for Canada because they were expecting us in Canada to play that night. And then we had to go back up to Jamaica to pay our fine. I remember one night we played across the Brooklyn Bridge to a large crowd. And I think that night we played with, that was also on the show where was a Barbadian band. And when we were looking to get home, about 2 in the morning, the big car that brought us there wasn't there to take us back home. So we started to walk from this place, which was quite a walk, to get to the Brooklyn Bridge. And before we could start going over the Brooklyn Bridge to get into New York, every car that passed just passed. And one taxi stopped, and he said, I only came back here all because to see your musicians, to see everybody with a guitar in their hand and going over, walking over the Brooklyn Bridge. So that was another thing, but we were never paid for that engagement. And the Bajans that were in New York came onto the stage and did what they call is Dixie. They had a party of a lifetime. CBC had a studio down at where the Lazarette was. I remember that night Vic Fernandez was there, and we put down this song, Archie, and the people here sent it off to the islands, to Trinidad especially, and it took off in Trinidad so big. God, they changed the words to Archie. I will not tell you what they said, but the police came and arrested over 100. But then again, we went back to Trinidad another time, and when we got out of the airport, we saw this massive crowd with placards reading, "Go home, Merrymen, taking Trinidad's music." So we and then we got confined in Trinidad because they told us that we had to make a declaration of what we were playing for. And coming down from the lift that afternoon, it was a long weekend with a bank holiday. Coming down from the lift, all of a sudden the lift stopped. And the four of us was trapped in this lift for quite a few hours. Although we hit on the roof, we tried to get out through the roof. We took off our shoes and beat, and somebody heard it and called somebody from the place and said, "Hear bear noise in this. Somebody is trapped inside there." And they came. We were coming down from the office where they were telling us that we had to pay this money for playing in Trinidad. And as we got halfway in the lift, as I said, the lift stopped. So when they came, the man came about 4 or 5 hours later. He said, "What are you doing in Trinidad in the lift?" So it was these little experiences. We had to sleep on the floor at a fellow's house that night, and we left the following day. And we said we ain't going back to Trinidad. But then Sparta invited us back, and we went. And that is when they picketed us and saying the Merrymen taking the money from Trinidad Calypsonians. And Sparta and them had a big row, and he invited us to a party that night with all the Calypsonians, and we all got together like one, and then we've been back after that. Oh Lord, you music will cease. Last had a wonderful time. Archie back them up. Everybody was jumping, shaking their body now. Archie back them up. present to compare with your name. You're so calm and cool and confident in everything you do. You are sweet, sweet Mamma Mia, and the world is watching you. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, ole. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, ole. Mamma Mia, sweet Mamma Mia, a shining star on CNN. Mamma Mia, sweet Mamma Mia, you made us proud again. Opened our shores to stranded liners and all our Trini friends. You're so sweet, Mamma Mia, and we love you till the end. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, ole. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia, ole. Mamma Mia, sweet Mamma Mia, this world is upside down, but with the help from God Almighty, a solution will be found. Peace and love must be the answer, and you were sent to lead. We're all in this together, every cry